the two main things as an entrepreneur and even in general to be successful in life, I think, are discipline and persistence. If you've got those two attributes, then normally, eventually, you should be able to succeed.
Yeah.
So that's just a mantra that I always have. You just keep on going. You have to have almost a goldfish memory. Like, forget, oh, geez, this has been a 5-year slog.
Yeah.
And if I'd had known in the beginning, but you just go step by step. You sometimes have to have faith in the ability. I think the main thing from an entrepreneurial point of view, the main thing that you need to have is the ability to solve problems.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get so many problems and you're not going to know what the problems will be until they come to you. So if you have that mindset of, give me a problem, I'll fix it, then just start the journey and then you'll see along the way what comes, and maybe it'll be a 5-year journey, a 10-year journey. You just got to keep on pushing through.
Did you always have an entrepreneurship kind of growing up, or did you develop it later on, or you feel?
So, fun fact, the exact number I'm not sure, but I think I recall seeing that there were 5 South African entrepreneurs of unicorns,
right?
And there were only 2 Swiss entrepreneurs of unicorns. And like that just gives a bit of like an example of like South Africans were super entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Obviously the most famous South African is Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Peter Thiel also went to the University of Pretoria. So when you grow up in an environment where things, sometimes electricity goes off, you really have to always find solutions. So I think there's just an automatic, there's many things in life, you're asking what was the moment. Things are often a gradual like learning curve, or just the kind of environment you grow up in. And in South Africa, you grow up in having to solve problems. You can't always rely on the government to fix things. You can't rely on the police necessarily. You have to often find solutions yourself.
Yeah. And
hence that just creates a whole bunch of entrepreneurs. So we got an extremely high entrepreneurs per capita ratio.
And would you encourage people, from your experience, to go for it? If they have any inkling to be an entrepreneur, or do you think it's a certain type of person, or do you think you have a good job staying in your job? What would be your advice for, say, the young Marco who's 15 years old in school now?
I would recommend initially being your like bedside DJ, a one-man show on the side, like get things right.
Right.
Make sure that if you were to quit your job, that you really have a really good idea for probably also your first, angel investor.
Yeah.
So that's I think the first ticket. So we were very fortunate. Our first angel is actually called Angel here at the DIFC.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, if I really think about it, like that was potentially the biggest moment of the company, because then all of a sudden that means, okay, you got your first investment, and you're going to need to have investment in the beginning to get the company going.
Yeah.
So I would recommend do things in parallel. Take your time to get everything to the point of, okay, we're already now 80-90% towards actually being a company.
Yeah.
Preferably get your first ticket and then get going.
Do you feel that your experience in the corporate world and banking and investing and all that help you toward?
I actually worked in tech in Singapore.
Okay.
And at that point, I made the decision, there's no way I'm ever going to start my own company. And after a couple of years, why not? And I realized that moment that it's so important to have access to capital. We had an amazing team, we had an amazing idea, but it was just such a struggle. And then afterwards, I was offered to enter the world of private banking. And then I thought that's a great opportunity to start getting that access to capital. And then, super duper important to have those initial checks come in that you can start getting the operations.